Hey everyone, my name is Pritam and watching Tech with Pri. Welcome to my channel and I'm back with another exciting technical video. And this is the 20th video of our newly created technical series called ServiceNow Developer. So in my last video, I have shown you the third complex use case of script include. So as you know, I was doing these three complex use case of script include videos where I have shown you three different use case of complex script include in three different videos. And also I explained you each and every step while implementing the same in my PDI, right? So I hope you have watched the video and practice the same in your PDI. As I already told you that the more you practice these use cases, the more confident you would become as a ServiceNow developer. Because as a ServiceNow developer, your end goal would be to work on the use case which would be provided by your client, right? So the link of those three complex use case of script include videos would be present in the description. So if you miss that, don't worry, you can go and watch it out. And guess what? Today also we are going to do three use case on UI action. So I am doing this use case videos so that you can practice with different scenario and make yourself again confident being a developer, and that is what my job is. So I have already done a video on UI action, which is present in my ServiceNow System Administrator playlist, where I have explained what is UI action, how it works, and also I have explained how you can create UI action with an example, right? So if you want to clear those basic understanding before implementing these use cases, then I would suggest you can go ahead and watch the video first. So here is the link, you can find it, because in today's video we are going to deal with the use case only, right? Also, as you know, UI action can be run both on the server and the client side. But in the last use case, I'll show you how both client side and server side script works at the same time in the same UI action. And that's gonna be very, very interesting. Trust me, you are gonna need this logic or this concept, or maybe you need to use this method a lot while dealing with the real use case. So make sure you watch the full video to understand each and every use case, because they are kind of related to each other, especially the second one and third one, right? So it's time to start with our use case number one. All right, so use case number one, which is the UI action that I'm going to apply in this server side. Okay, so if the priority of the incident is critical, which is P1, and it is assigned to network team, then a button will appear in the form mentioning create child incident. So that would be the name of the button. And clicking the button, what it would do? First, it would create a child incident. So a child incident will be created and will be assigned to network cab managers. Okay. Second, child incident will have the same column name and short description, but the priority of the child incident would become 3. So this button, create child incident button, that would be visible only if the assignment group is network and also if it's a P1 incident, right? So let's go to my PDI, and again I will just explain you the use case there and then we will implement that together. All right, so let's go. All right, so I'm in my personal developer instance. So I will quickly go to the incident form. So there we have to apply the UI action. So again, I'll quickly show you in the PDI how it's gonna work. So I'll put a caller here. I'll make impact and urgency 1 of the ticket, and then I will assign it to the network group. So, okay, I need to put some short description. So if this condition match, like impact and urgency, which is priority is 1 and the assignment group is network, then there would be a button here mentioning create child incident. So whenever we are going to click the button, it will create a child incident. So here in the list, we would be able to see a child incident, and the child incident would be a priority 3 P3 incident. Here the priority is 1, but in the child incident, it would create a P3, and also it would assign to the network cab managers. So the parent incident here is network, but the child incident would be in the network cab manager, and the short description and the caller would be same from the parent, right? So let's see how we are going to implement it. So first I will go to the configure and UI action table. Okay, now I'm going to click on new to create a new UI action. Again, how to create a new UI action and all those field details I have explained in my UI action video. Again, just for a reminder, if you have any confusion and doubt, you should go and clear that by watching the video. Okay, so let's start it. So the name of the UI action that would be display in the button. So it would be like create child incident. Okay, create child incident. The table is incident, fine. So it would be a form button. So the action name, yes, we have to put the action name because we are dealing with the server. As you know, if you are dealing with server-side code from UI action, you have to put the action name. So here I'm going to put the action name as like child underscore incident maybe. All right. So now I'll come here and I have to put a condition, because if I don't put a condition and just submit it, the button will be visible at any condition in the form, right? But as per the use case, we only need to show the button when the condition is first. I'll start with a parenthesis and I'll put the condition. So current dot priority. So the priority of the incident equal to 1. So it has to be 1. And so I will type and here. Again, I'll start with a parenthesis to put the second condition. So current dot assignment group equal to network. Now here I can do two things. First, I can directly put the SysID of the network assignment group as per the use case. It has to be network, right? Also, I can use the system properties value. So in the last video, I have already shown you that how I have created the system properties for storing the SysID of network app manager, and also on the hardware, I believe. So I can use the same value. So I will quickly open to check the name. So sys underscore properties. And also this is a good practice. Instead of directly using the SysID, you should store the value first in the system properties, and then you can call it in the server-side scripting, right? So I will just search with it. So it was contain network, the name. So you can see get network, which give the SysID of network assignment group. This is the SysID of get network cab assignment group, right? So I will copy the name get network because that's what I need here. So current dot assignment group equal to gs dot get property, and here I'm gonna put the value in the string. That's it. So the first condition, the incident priority has to be 1 and the assignment group of the incident should be network, right? So there would be another bracket to close it. Now I will save it simply and I will show you whether the button, the display of the button is working fine or not. So I will open incident form. So I have opened a new incident form. So you can see there is no button here. So I will try to match the condition. So able tutor and short description, anything. So I'll try with a priority 1 and let's see that. So the one of the condition is matched. So I'll save it. And still there is no button because we have put the and condition, so both the condition has to be true. So the second condition is assignment group should be network, so I'll put it network. And now if I save it, let's see. Now you see we have the button create child incident. So now nothing would happen if I click on it because we have to write code for that. Okay, so now again the client checkbox I have not clicked because this is a server side work I'm going to do. So I will do first where gr equal to new glide record. Okay, again guys, this is not a good practice to use gr. To save some time I'm using gr here, but you should use the proper name. Okay, so in the incident table, so I need to create a child incident. That's what I'm doing. So to create an incident, you know that we have to do gr dot initialize. Again, all these things I have already discussed in my glide record videos. Now, very importantly, if I open the incident form, in the related records, we have a field called parent incident. So if this incident becomes the child incident, then we have to put a parent incident here, right? Parent incident number. So I'll see the name of the field, which is parent underscore incident. So what I'm going to do, understand the logic. I will put gr dot. So this is the child incident which I'm creating, right? So whenever the button will be pressed, this create child incident button, then glide record initialize, that means I'm creating a new incident. So in the new incident, the parent incident field would be, or parent incident field will store current dot sysid. And the current dot sysid means the same record where from where I'm clicking the button or I'm running the UI action, right? That's the current. And it will go to the new incident, which is the child incident, right? Now, next, the caller ID would be same as parent. So gr.caller ID would be current.caller ID. Gr dot short description would be also same. So current dot short description, right? And finally, the assignment group. So gr dot assignment group would be, now again I have the assignment group of network cap manager stored in the sys properties table. So get network cap, this is the value. So I will put it on here. So gs dot get property, and here I will put the name here, get network cap. That's it. And also, very importantly, you know that whenever you click on any button on incident form or any form, whenever you press a button, it actually reloads the last page that you are working, right? Which is not we are looking for. So what I want, if I click on create child incident, I want to stay in this page. I'll scroll down and I would be able to see the child incident. Then I can directly open from here. Okay. So to do that, all I need to do, I need to type action dot set redirect URL, and then here I will put current. So it will redirect to the current page only. So the page will reload, but it will stay in the current page. Now also, if I want, like whenever I'll click on create child incident, it will create a child incident and I will be able to see the child incident directly. So the page will be loaded and it will display the child incident. In that case, I need to write gr because gr is storing the new incident value, right? All done. So I'll put gr dot insert. So that is kind of an end of our first use case. So I'll save it and I'll try to run it. So I'm in a new incident form. So I will quickly put maybe this user, and in the short description, maybe VPN is not working, something like that. Then I will put the assignment group as network, and then priority 1, and I'll save it. And you see this button has appeared, create child incident. Now if I click on that, you can see it is reloading and it's staying in the same page, which is good. And also we have a new incident created with the same caller. I'll open the incident. You can see the caller is Amelia, and also the VPN is not working is the short description. Same thing has created in 169 incident, and it is assigned to network cap managers. Now if I go down, you can see in the parent incident I got the parent incident number. So that's our first use case. So you see how useful this UI action is, how you can create server side code using the UI action, right? So now it's time to move on the use case number 2. Use case number 2, and this is based on the client side. If reassignment count of an incident becomes more than 3, then a button will appear mentioning assigned to IM. Once clicking the button, if the priority of the incident is not high, then it would become as high or 2, right? If the category is not inquiry, then it would become as inquiry/help. I mean, which is the name of the category. So maybe this reassignment count is kind of a confusing, but don't worry. Let's go to my PDI. I'll explain this use case and then we'll solve it together. All right. So first we have to understand what is the meaning of reassignment count. So I will open the incident.list. So here you can see we have a field called reassignment count. So it's generally you won't find it. So you have to add it by here. So it's available. So the meaning of the reassignment count means once the incident is assigned for the first time in a group, for an example, you can see 10169, this incident is assigned to the network cap managers. So that's the result of the last use case that we have done. Now the reassignment count is 0 because this is the first time it is assigned. Now, if I change this network cap managers group to any other group, from here I'll do it quickly to show you. So if I do it on network group again, and I will refresh it, you see reassignment count becomes 1. So after the first assignment of an incident, then the number of time it would assign to different assignment group, the reassignment count will increase. So again, if I change the assignment group from network to hardware, and if I refresh it, you can see reassignment count becomes 2. So Now I hope you understand. Now, as per the use case, if the reassignment count becomes more than 3, then a button will appear mentioning assign to IM. And then if I click on it, the incident will become P2 or the priority 2 if it is already not there, and the category would become inquiry, right? With this help of this use case, so you may wonder, Pritham, in the use case, the name of the button is assigned to IM, but in the result, we are not assigning it. Now, that is very interesting part here. I'll open the use case again. So you can see here, there is no condition mentioned as ticket would be assigned to the IM team. Now that part would be in the use case number 3 because that would be a client side and server side work at the same time. So with this, in the use case number 3, we are going to add another point saying that ticket would be directly assigned to the IM group team so that they can decide the next step of action. You know that that's the incident management team, right? So they can decide with other team, or maybe they can discuss with all the teams and they decide what to do or not, right? So that would be their job. So now with the help of this use case 2 and the use case 3, what we are trying to do is, first, this button will appear if the reassignment count is 2. There would be an option for the resolver group people directly assign the ticket to the IM team to check from their end by clicking the simple button. While clicking the button, as of now in the client side, we will see it will change the priority to 2 if it is not there, and the category will become inquiry. That is possible with the help of client side, right? But with the help of client side UI action, we won't be able to save the ticket after assigning it to the IM team or the IM group team, right? That part we have to do in the server side UI action. So the both thing we are going to apply in the same UI action like I told you in the beginning of the video. I will show you how. So let's implement this use case number 2 quickly so that I can show you this combination of the server side and the client side script. Okay. All right. So again, I'm going to create a new UI action, and this time I'm going to name it as assign to IM. So the third use case also I'm going to apply it in this particular UI action. So I'll name it as assign to IM. Okay, this would be the name of the button. Again, you can put it on maybe context menu, list choice, list link. Okay, as per your needs or as per your choice or needs. I'm going to show you in the button. Table will be incident. All right. So now here I'm not going to put action name as of now because I'm not doing any server side stuff as per the use case number 2. So I will tick the client checkbox and I will mention the on-click function. So again, you know that if I'm checking the client checkbox here for UI action, I need to mention on-click function, right? And that on-click function will run whenever someone will click the button. So I'll name the on-click function as assign to IM maybe function and then semicolon, and I'll copy that function name here, function assigned to IM, and now I'm going to write the code. So first, if the priority of the incident is not 2, if it's already not 2, then it would become as 2. So first we will check with the if condition. Now here we are going to use the client side code, okay, not the server side. So if now to get a value to check what is the current value of the priority, I'm going to use g underscore from dot get value. Again, all this method I have explained you. Get value of the field priority. So what is the value of priority right now? That's I'm going to check. So I can't use current here because that would be a server side stuff. Priority not equal to, so 2. So if the priority of the incident is not equal to 2, then it would make it as 2. So g underscore form dot set value of the priority field. So directly I won't change the priority field because we know that by doing impact and urgency we can control the priority. So I'll make the impact. So let's see, for doing a priority 2 we need to make it maybe 1 or 2, something like that. Yes, 1 and 2 make the priority 2. So impact I will make it 1. Urgency I'll make it 2. All right, so the priority would become 2. This is the first thing. Second, if the category is not inquiry, then I will make it inquiry. So again, I will just use the same thing. I'll just maybe copy it and paste it. So get value this time of the category if it is already inquiry, not equal to inquiry. So the name of it inquiry. It would set value category as inquiry. All right, this part is not there. I think we are good, but we have to mention the condition. So when the reassignment count would be more than 3. So I will go to the incident.list. Okay, so reassignment count, what is the name of it? Reassignment underscore count. Okay, cool. So reassignment underscore count, if it is greater than 3, then only this would be visible and then it would work. So let's see. Okay, and also I forgot to put current here in the condition. So current dot reassignment count. What is the current reassignment count? If it is greater than 3, then the button would be visible, right? So again, I'll save it. So this is the incident table. So I'll open the first one where reassignment count is already 2, and we should not see the assign to IM button. So there is no assign to IM button. So I'll again change it to maybe software. So now the reassignment count will become 3 and our condition is more than 3, right? So you can see in the condition it's greater than 3. So again I need to assign it. So network team maybe, and I'll save it. Now the button should appear. You can see assign to IM. Now if I click on it right now, the category, let me change it to hardware first so that you can see the change. So the category will become inquiry and the priority would become 2. Impact and urgency will change. So I'm going to click the button. You can see the category didn't change, however, but the priority changed. So I'll need to see, maybe I definitely done something wrong. So if g underscore from get value category not equal to inquiry. Okay, I forgot to mention it in a string. Okay, that's a silly one. I'll save it again. All right. Okay. So again, I'm going to click the button. You can see now the category becomes inquiry and also the priority becomes 2. Now I'm going to quickly show you the use case number 3 first. So use case number 3, which is the client side plus server side. So if reassignment count of an incident again becomes more than 3, same thing, then a button will appear assigned to IM. Once clicking the button, now it will assign the incident to the IM group directly. And we have to create a new group because IM group is in generally not present. Now for this video, I have already created a group called IM group. So you can see IM team with the name of it. So you can quickly create it if you're following, right? So now what would happen before, while clicking the assign to button, it is changing the category, and it was changing the category and also changing the priority. Now these two things will happen same. The client work would remain same, but also at the same time it will assign to the IM team and the ticket will be saved. Okay, so the client's work and the server work would happen at the same time. So I'll go back to the UI action. It is already having the client function, but to do something server side, we need to add an action name. So in the same UI action, which is client callable, also I'm going to put the action name. So the name of the action, maybe I'm going to give it to IM team, something like that. Okay. And now here, very importantly, inside of the client function, which is the assign to IM, I'm going to write just after the if GSFT submit. It's very, very important. This is the method that would help us to call the server side code inside of the client side function. So GSFT submit, and this method actually accept 3 parameters. First one is always will be null, okay, by default. And the second parameter is g underscore form. So we need the current HTML element. So g underscore form dot get form element. So g underscore form dot get form element will return the current HTML form. So there we are going to call the server side script by mentioning what? By mentioning the action name. So we know the action name is only works when there is a server side stuff. So here we are calling the server side. So I'm gonna make the name of the action, and this is it. So I'm calling the GSFT submit method from the client function. I'm using it because I need to call this server side code. So I'm putting the first parameter as null. Second, where I'm calling this server side stuff in the same UI action page. So where I'm implementing it, right? And then I'm calling this server side stuff, IM team. So this is the format that you need to follow. Now I will come out from the client function, right? And here I need to check another thing. If the type of window equal to undefined. So that's again something you have to write. So this is nothing but we are checking that whether we are executing in the browser window or not. So if you are executing in the browser window, then it would become false, this condition, or if not, it would become true. So as you know, the client side stuff always works in the browser window, but the server side stuff never works. Server side stuff works in the server end, not in the client end. So it would always become true, this undefined. And if it is true, now I need to mention the name of a function. So assign im. So that's the name of a function, not the client function, but server function. So this is the function that would work. So let's declare the function assign im. So this function assign to im, it will do the client stuff, and this function assign underscore im, it will do the server end stuff. So in the server end, all we need is current dot assignment group. Okay, now here I need to assign it to the IM group, so I can directly put the sysID of the IM group. Otherwise, I have the again system properties. I have saved the sysID value here. Again, it's a good practice, so I'll copy it, and here I'm gonna paste like gs dot get property, and here I'm going to paste it get IM. Okay, so current dot update, so that the ticket gets saved and the value saved in the database. Also, when the button is clicked, I don't want to redirect in some other page. So action dot set redirect. This is very, very important. You understand URL. It would be current. So it would return to the current page. That's it. That should work. I'll just check everything looks fine. Let's see if some error comes, then we will do the debugging together. All right. So this is the incident and I will refresh it. So you can see right now the category is hardware, impact is 3, urgency is 3. And now if I'm going to click on this button, this will become inquiry and it would become 1 and 2, and priority will become 2, right? This is already done. Also at the same time, it would assign the group to the IM team and it would save the record. So the client stuff and the server stuff would happen by clicking the single button. So let's do that. I click it, and you see it is changed to IM team, the ticket gets saved, priority becomes 2, category becomes inquiry. So now with the help of GSFT submit method, which is very, very important, this one, I'm able to call a server side script inside of a client side function in the UI action. Trust me, you are gonna need this concept a lot. Practice in your PDI and be confident on using it, right? So I hope you enjoy this video, guys, this 3 use case video. Let me know in the comment section if you have any doubt. Like the video if you find it helpful, and don't forget to share with your friends and family so that it can reach out to many people. More complex use cases videos will come very soon for the developers, for the members in my channel. So again, if you are not member but you wish to practice more use case and more stuff, then you can join my channel. So it's very minimal subscription fees is there, right? So you can go and check it out, and also subscribe my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram, right? Bye bye, see you in my next video, take care.